This is a fun tune, and there's not much to it, but we are going to look at some pretty interesting techniques that will that are kind of difficult because of how fast it's going. This is, of course, Last Train to Clarksville, really the first big hit, I think the first hit, for the Monkees, 1966. Let me check. Wait, this is the wrong record. Yeah, I think so. More of the Monkees came out in '67. I can't find my first Monkees album, but anyhow, great tunes that these guys put together. Now, this was written by Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart, a well-known songwriting team. They wrote all kinds of hits in the '60s and into the '70s, and a few other Monkees tunes, and did some background singing. Later on, toured even with Dolenz and Jones and some of those guys. But what we're going to look at in this song, it's really a three-chord progression in the key of G, using bluesy chords, G7, C7, and D7. But there are some really interesting techniques, and one is this banjo roll, which for a real challenge, you could try with a pick. But we're not going to do that. So we're going to do it finger picking, and then we're going to have some muting techniques. So this is all going to be right hand, cool right hand techniques along with the muting done with the left hand. We'll take a look at there's kind of a bridge, some interesting chords. We'll talk about a little stuff that happens in there too. So a pretty much comprehensive look at Last Train to Clarksville, but we'll start with the chord progression and some of the techniques you need. Have a page that has just the progression and the lyrics, of course, on it, and just a couple lines of tab, because we don't really need a whole lot of tab for this, but I did spell out a few things for you. So, okay, enough chit-chat, let's get to the lesson. Well, that was the opening segment to lesson on, of course, the Last Train to Clarksville, and in the lesson we talk about a lot of different things, about playing it with your fingers, talk about playing it with a pick, if you like to do it that way, which is more difficult than doing it with the fingers. And the lesson, anyway, goes into great depth, particularly about some nice little right-hand techniques and left-hand muting techniques, playing on those bars, all that stuff. So it's all in the lesson on Last Train to Clarksville. If you'd like to check it out, it's part of the Target program, also available as an individual lesson. Now, at TotallyGuitars, we have lots and lots of free lessons as well to get you started, but we really have this great subscription program called the Target program that includes hundreds and hundreds of songs and really important techniques, and then a lot of theory stuff and a lot of technical stuff. So really encourage you to check it out. We've got a few other Monkees tunes in there that are fun to play, Daydream Believer and I'm a Believer, Neil Diamond tune. So Pleasant Valley Sunday. Okay, got quite the collection of Monkees tunes. If you'd like to check them out, come visit us at TotallyGuitars.